Welcome back to Awareness Laws, the Master Manifester here, the teacher of the Law of Assumption. Nice meeting you, pushed out. Today I want to speak of the outside world. So the world that is surrounding us basically is the outside world, which is a world where most people believe that it is actually a real world. Most people believe that the outside world that we see is where everything happens, where you get things from the outside world. So we grow up believing this, and this becomes our way of living, and it becomes our way of understanding that as you grow, you become whatever the outside world can present to you and can give you. So you grow up planning to be a certain person because you see in the outside world that everything that you have is coming from the outside world. So growing up with that belief, it then becomes ingrained in your mind that the outside world is the actual world that we live in. So we end up believing that the outside world is the world that we're living in, and it is the world that we are needing to get things in our life. We end up being in a situation of always looking outside of ourselves. As we're growing up, even when we're young, we start comparing ourselves with the other mates that we have, other children that are around us. So that is why we have become so attached to the material outside world. When we then begin to analyze the mind, and also when we come across the teachings of cause and effect, then we begin to understand that everything is caused by the inside world. So the reason why the outside world is not real is because of the fact that it is always changing, and it is influenced by the inner world. The outside world is influenced by the inner states, the inner thoughts, the imaginations that people are holding. So if you want to understand that the outside world is not real, take an example of a person who is incarcerated. This person is incarcerated for a long time. If you become incarcerated for a long time, which is over a few months or years, when you come out of prison, the outside world will not be the same. This is a pure example that shows you that the outside world is not really rigid. It is not the same. It keeps on changing based on the imaginations of the creators, or us as people. So we are the ones that cause the outside world to change. What is then the true reality if the outside world is not the true reality? It is source of creation, or the source of everything. Then that becomes the true reality. For example, if you were incarcerated for this long period of time, you'll begin to notice that there are buildings that have been built, there are new cars that have been created. You see an advancement in creation itself, because this is a pure reflection that the outside world is not it's not the same, it's not real, it keeps on fluctuating. You can change your life when you understand that it is the imaginational aspect of being that is creating the external three-dimensional world. So I just wanted to clarify that the outside world is caused by our own imagination, our own wonderful human imagination, and that is why it keeps on changing. Thank you.